one thing about Disney, obviously, is over their life, they've pretty much had a focus on dog movies, dog cartoons. So that's quite often what they've put into their fake rocks, or the rocks that they've used on the fake moon landing film sets. Now, what we have here, this I've actually found quite interesting. This is sort of like quite a good confirmation in relation to the moon faking of the moon landing has been tied to Disney Studios. Apollo 17. Now, mirror image totem rocks. Now, there's a few other things here, which I'll just get in another photo after this. But what I'll be looking at here is what's in the background. That there and that there. They're quite small in the photo, but I have obviously I've made them bigger and tried to make them as clear as possible. Just really through either contrast or brightness, playing around with those a bit, and that's the only thing I've ever done with any of these photos, is either brighten them or change the contrast. So there's no pixel changing, and all these photos, anyone can go and investigate them on any of the photo sites. There is the main one, of course, NASA's photo Apollo gallery. Now, the next one here will go on the same photo number, and we'll have a closer look. Now, what we see here off in the background is, like I called it here, is totem rocks. Now, these are actually very distinctive. Now, this one here is actually quite clear in what you can actually see. As you see the shape of this totem rock. It's almost like what do they call them? Like on the totem poles, or sort of like big grape slab might be. They're sort of like they're quite thin, but a lot of sort of like gods, sort of like set up. And the thing about it is Disney in particular has in their theme parks, they have totems everywhere in a lot of their theme parks, and pretty much that's what a lot of sort of creatures you see in rocks are. You can actually call them totems in many ways. And here you have one here in the background as well. You can see the shape of it, which is this, it's like the big eyes, as it were, the big eyes, and you've got the big oversized mouth in this one, and it's the same there. You can see the big massive line for the eyes, and that as well, way off in the background. Now, here it is again. There's that main one. It's very distinctive. It can be seen quite clear, pretty much what it is, and this, obviously, like I pointed out in the name of it, is a mirror image. You've got the same shape as they're forming the totem eyes on there and the totem mouth. That sort of thing does not happen naturally in nature. So this is a designed rock. It's created. And what you will find here, and that's that smaller one there, you can make it bigger, and you can make out that was further off in the distance, the shape of it overall. And actually, one thing I will point out on this one is you see there, and you also got like a rock up the top there, what appears to be a rock sitting on the top, and that's very interesting when we'll just see coming up here. Now, Disneyland, Frontierland, Nature's Wonderland, fake totem rocks. Now, I'm sure you're looking at this right now, and you're going, okay, what do I see here? Is there something that intrigues me? Actually, there is right here. Look at this. And I'll put it together with our Apollo 17 totem rock, and what do we have? It's a match. Look at that. A mouth as well. And you've even got, well, that was a bigger stone or up the top there, sitting on the top. We've only got a sort of semi one that appears to be sitting up there, but it looks like they came from the same factory, or the same maker. And it makes you wonder, after the moon landings, the faking of the moon landings were done, did they hide all the fake rocks, or are they're sort of like strewn throughout Disneyland, or even sent around to all the different Disneylands around the world? It makes you wonder. But I think the main thing really is to understand just what they've actually done in the Apollo photos particularly. So like I said there, that's you could say a perfect match. Not an exact match, but as you can see, it's the same. Now this is another one. This is the other one's Apollo 17. Now this is an Apollo 16 totem rock. Now it was further away, but I have used the contrast and the brightness play around with it to get the features out of it. Now, from what I can make out, this is a totem rock as well. It may not necessarily be too large, because that's one thing is quite often in the Apollo moon landings they played around on the moon film sets with perspective. So it depends, how far away she was from the camera to get too many features, but it appears to be a totem rock. But we're not necessarily going to concentrate on that one too much, because actually what we have here, Disneyland, Frontierland, Big Thunder Mountain totem rock. It's like you got the dogs up here, which are massive big totem up into the sky, or facing up, or howling at the moon, as it were. Now there's a totem here, and I just made a right here. That was the one there which wasn't too clear necessarily, but you could make out that it's related to that other totem by the overall direction of the lines that they go. And that's so there's that totem there in particular, and that other first totem that was amongst those other rocks at Disneyland, and I'm sure there's a lot of others over at the American Disneyland or the other Disneylands around the world that resemble these, but it's definitely a confirmation in many ways. And like I said, it's not something that is just natural in nature for the mirror images to come through like that. Now, back to this one, Apollo 17, Winnie the Pooh and Friends rocks. It's quite a family-themed thing that Disney have used, and putting all these rocks and different theme park things in their fake moon landing photos. Okay, so we have these here, that there, and obviously other little things strewn around, but just concentrate on the ones that look interesting enough. In that particular photo we just looked at, I made these bigger. Now we got Winnie the Pooh. His two ears, his eyes, front, and of course a friend. Now it's Tiger or one of those other, sort of the floppy ears. I can't remember all the names of them myself. I'm sure others out there would remember what they are, but you see the shape of one of those friendly friends of Winnie the Pooh, and there's a dog, of course. Can't get away from the dogs. Two eyes, the old mouth, and interesting one here. We have a lion rock. Now this is the one off to the left in that main photo. So you got his nose, mouth, eyes, and its mane over here, and its back part here. Sort of is resting on his paws. See that bit bigger. Obviously, I hope you'll be able to. I've tried to make as big as possible each time on the numbers here, but it's obviously sometimes the quality may be a little bit too hard to see. But like I said, I did try, and wherever I put the videos, I just try and put all the numbers of all the photos. You can pretty much look at them yourself and do your own research and confirm everything that's been shown to you. And in that same first photo that we got here, Apollo 17 is another dog off in the background. Now, that's one thing, is that